Hi everyone, Deborah here, and today I'm going to start off by showing you what I made, and then if you want to go and see how I made it, you can keep watching the video. So this particular item I have made is for Roxy Creations. She's turning 50 and she's asked everyone to participate in her challenge, which is to make her something to put in a journal or make her a journal page. I decided to make her something to add to her journal, and I've made her this little accordion folder. I've put some information on the back there for her to read about me, and I wanted to just show you through it, and then you can keep watching and I'll show you how I made it. So I've started, it's made from manila folders and it goes through like this. So each page is more in width than the next page. So you get this little sort of accordion effect. And then I've got a bit on the back here that actually comes out. So you can do journaling and things on there. And then there's the back page with my information on there. So there you go. That's headed off to Italy. She's an Aussie girl who lives in Italy, so I'll be sending this off to her shortly. The challenge closes at the end of March and the details are below. If you want to participate in her challenge, I've also put a link to the video where she describes what she'd like, and hopefully this meets the brief. And now keep watching if you want to see the making of this particular piece. So I've got my distressing out and I've got a bunch of other stuff here. I'm just going to start by distressing the edges. It might not stay, it might get covered up, I don't really care. Just give it some depth to start with. And I've pulled out a piece of, this is Tim Holtz vintage wallpaper. So I'm just wondering if I might cover one of the sections in this. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, I haven't used these before. I've had them in my stash, not for very long. The next thing I've gone and pulled out of my stash are these stamps by Stamperia. They're absolutely beautiful. I've used them in a class, but I've never actually used my set. As you can see, it's quite pristine still, but I'm going to use them in this project here. I've also got some old book pages as well, so we're going to start with the book pages, I think. So I've pulled out my Tim Holtz stuff. Got it everywhere, piles of it here. I'm just wondering if that would fit in there, which it does. So I put that in there, then she'll be able to journal on it, which will be good. And I think that it fits quite nicely, and I can put something else on the bottom part of it. And of course, I can't do anything without putting paper doll on it. I will be using a paper doll. Let's see if these little girls will work. The bigger ones, not the smaller ones. I think they'd work quite well there. And I've got these little stickers out again. These are the ones that Tim Holtz stickers he does from the books. Every road should have a path. don't know if I want it there actually. I'm going to put it, come up, put it up the side here. I did want to put a quote chip on here, and of course because they're white, I wonder why he doesn't make them with a nice grungy brown background. I must write and say, why don't you make, he probably makes them white so you can colour them yourself actually. That's probably a more reasonable assumption, that that's why they make them in white. Well, I guess if they were in one colour, there'd be lots of people who'd be going, well, can you put them in a different colour, please? I'm going to stick this fabric down. I hate the way this glue bubbles. I've probably complained about that before, have I? Anyway, keep complaining. Maybe actually I'll change to this glue. I've got 2 bottles on the go here, so that they keep going back down to the bottom, and I want the glue in the nozzle. And then I'll put another journal card on the back because I thought that would be a good place to put my information down, to write on that and then stick that on, because part of this is to put down who you are and where you are. I might do a little collage on this one down here. I'm trying to keep everything flat so that it's not too bulky for her when she puts it into her journal. That cool photo there. Got photos like that of my mum. It's about the same era, about the early 50s, late 40s, early 50s. I've got photos of her and her friends like that. I'm assuming that's what that was, that he's got that. Okay, see if we can make a little, oh look at this one. It actually comes out and it's got 3 layers. They've made full use of everything. Look at that. It says enclosure on that little round piece there. I'm assuming the one that was in there has dropped out, but it was so cute. Getting rid of that blue circle because I don't really like it, so I'm just going to cover it up by doing a little collage over the top, and I don't mind if it hangs down a bit from the edge. Oh, here, these ones. It's got a picture of people standing outside the Eiffel Tower, or standing with the Eiffel Tower in the background. Okay, I'm probably just working out my collage now, so bear with me while I go through my usual thought process of where am I going to put everything. I like this 5-4, I think that's really cute. And I might do a couple of butterflies up here. I think that's quite good. I might stick with that. I'll put these things back in to my little box. I wish they had a smaller, actually that is a smaller butterfly. I can't find a tiny butterfly because I would like to put like this smaller one up here and a bigger one down here maybe, so I've got 3. Yeah, I think that's better. I have to remember how I did that. Look at the size of these stickers. Hang on, I'll just try and pick it up. Look at the size of that little label. You see that? It's literally, and it's not in focus, hang on. See how tiny it is? And there's also a tiny little hand, a couple of little tiny hands. This is the cutest pack of stuff. I love it. I love it. All these little teeny tiny things that he's made. Almost need a pair of tweezers to pull them together, I think. I'm putting a piece of book page on this side too, so that I can get some more, because I've only got it in one place at the moment, and I think I just want to get that, have that same sort of theme of having a book page in it. I'll probably, it's only on one side, I'll overlap it a little bit. I'm going to tear that up. I'm using some of these photo booth people that Tim Holtz has, because I just wanted to use some. Now this is one where I've used a punch and I've cut the lady out, but what I'm going to do is put these people behind that and put that in there. I might even offset it a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll offset it a little bit so it looks a bit dodgy. On purpose, on purpose dodgy. I'm going to put more of the wallpaper down on here, I think. That would be a good idea. Cover this page up. I'll just let that dry and then I'll trim it off in a minute. And what else have I got? Look at some of these little journal cards, I think. Oh, I like this one. I do like that one. I'm going to put it on this side though. So she can write something in there if she wants to. Or stick something else on top. And I've got these little pieces here to do yet. Maybe a bit more book page on here, and then I'll put some stuff over the top of it. I threw that in the bin before. I'll get it out again. I did, I threw it in the bin. Ah. I'll get it out again, rip it off. Okay. Get that out. I want to punch out. I want to punch the edge of this card to give it some different texture. If I can get it in there. Okay, so I've just punched that so that it's got some texture on it. I've pulled out a little tag, which I'm just going to put some ink onto. Right, I've done that little tag. I'm probably going to put it in here somewhere so it'll stick through like that maybe. What else have I got to put it on? I think I'm going to put it down here. Yep. Going back to my paper dolls, and I wanted to put one of her on there. And I also wanted to put this quote down which I saw on here before, but I think it's going to be a bit big now I look at it. I don't think that's going to go on there. I think I'm actually going to cut it so that it'll fit a bit better. Yep. And I wanted to put some more washi tape down just because I can. I'm just going to put some across here, I think. And give it a bit of a, different look there. I'm just hand tearing it. I don't want to cut it. I want it to be, to look like it's been torn. And here is a little postcard. I'm loving these little tiny ones. They're so cute. Just a little snippet of something and you get this completely different look. What else have I got in here? Oh, there's a doll. There's a paper doll with those people on it. How cute is that? I think I'm going to stop now. I don't think I want to do too much more. I've got that one. So there's a bit of space to write here. I've got pictures there. I will put some seam binding on there. I'll tie some seam binding on there in a moment. I've got a little bit of journaling space there. Somewhere here that you can put a picture or something. I've got that. And I've got this flip out bit here with space for journaling, and then I've got mine that I need to write on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I think that's the end for me. So this is Deborah. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully it will be enjoyed by its receiver. Cheers.